Mark Duplass began his career as an actor and indie filmmaker and has since received 2 Supporting Actor Emmy nominations for his role as Ship Black on Apple TV Plus's The Morning Show. The newsroom television drama shows the chaos behind the scenes of America's favorite morning news program. Mark Duplass sat down with us ahead of tonight's season premiere.
So this is why I'm here.
My source is somewhere inside the network. They knew that Mia was coming to recruit me before I did. For some reason, this Wolf River story got killed at UBA. I'm gonna figure out why.
Bradley?
Work with me.
Wait, what?
I think we could break this together. You and I are such a good team. We dug up so much from Paul Marks.
Yeah, and we also lost our jobs.
Mark Duplass, kind enough to join us tonight. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Happy to be here.
So that was a clip from last season where you got fired as producer of the morning show. So can you give us a sense of how you make the comeback for season 4?
Yeah, you know, Chip's enjoying the sweet life now. You know, he's out of the stress of being on the show itself. He's an independent documentary filmmaker. He's going to film festivals. He's feeling cool. And Bradley calls him and says, look, there's something happening here. There's a story developing. I want you to help me chase it, you know? So he starts pulling those threads, and it kind of reveals this octopus-like conspiracy that leads back to UBN and back to some of his, you know, most trusted personal relationships. So it gets a little more complicated for him.
Of course, it's a star-studded cast. You have said that you're kind of obsessed with, in a healthy way, with Jennifer Aniston. How does that help you all feed off of each other when you're on screen?
Listen, I'm obsessed with so many people on that show. But Reese and Jen in particular have been such incredible bosses in the way they lead the thing as actors and producers. And I think, you know, the first couple of seasons, you really saw the writers working the Chip and Alex dynamic, you know, and I think that's because I am obsessed with Jennifer Aniston, and we found this like really cool chemistry and this really strange codependence, and it was awkward and mean and fun and interesting. So, you know, when I got the scripts this year, I was like, well, what are they going to make us do now?
Right.
And then they paired me with Bradley this year, with Reese.
Fans of the show know this does not exist in a vacuum. It's really, you all are able to weave some of the current events in there, like January 6th or COVID.
Right.
What events, if you could give us a little peek, might make their way into season 4?
Yeah, I mean, the writers have always done that, you know, starting with season 1, and they rewrote the entire season to include the Me Too movement that was, you know, was happening concurrently. And this season, we're really digging into the dangers of technology and looking at things like AI, looking at, you know, global politics. And I think what's cool about this show is they found a way to touch on these sort of hot button topics, but it's also like, it's fun, you know, like the hair is good, the outfits are cool. It's this really nice level of pulp and social commentary that I think audiences have really they've found.
You and your brother Jay have had great success in creating indie films. What kind of advice do you give? Does it change at all for people who are just starting out as the world turns towards streaming?
It's really wild right now. I'm glad I came up when I did, you know, but the good news is there's always new technology that's going to be democratizing the access, so that filmmaker who's, you know, living seemingly in the middle of nowhere, you know, she's got an opportunity to grab that camera, to grab that software and make something for just a few dollars that could break through. And I love that about filmmaking, but I think it's harder than ever now in the competitive landscape to make a living. So, you know, I really encourage people to go for it, chase their dreams, you know, be unabashed about it, but also, you know, be realistic that, like, it's okay if you don't make it, so to speak, and make $1 million. Like, I was a musician for the first 10 years of my life, and I wasn't good enough. And that's okay. And I had a lot of mental health struggles figuring that out. But then eventually I realized I was actually good at filmmaking. Everything I learned over there, it transferred. So I say, go for it. It's either going to be this or it'll be something else.
We thank Mark Duplass for the conversation. The 4th season of The Morning Show premieres tonight on Apple TV+.